Welcome back to another video tutorial. Today, we're going to talk about getting analytics set up on your website. Now, there's a lot of analytics software and tools out there, but we're not going to cover all of those. I'm just going to focus on Google Analytics because if you're doing SEO in Google, Google Analytics is very much an industry standard. If you work with a marketing agency or contractors, you'll find that you'll rely on Google Analytics reports to measure the performance of your website and your marketing campaigns. So it's really indispensable and super important that you have it set up. And the good news is Google Analytics is completely free and easy to set up. Now, if you don't have an account, you'll have to create one. Just search for Google Analytics in Google and go through the account sign up process if you don't have a Google account by clicking on this button over here. At some point, you'll be asked to enter some preferences. Those don't really make much of a difference. They're just privacy settings mostly that won't affect the performance of your website. But I'm going to talk you through the different options just in case that you are setting it up and you can be confident about choosing the right options. Now, if you're creating an account for the first time, you'll be presented with the same options that I'm going to show, but they're just going to look a little bit different because you're a first-time user, but the actual options are the same, okay? So firstly, you'll be asked for an account name. Just put in a general account name that describes your business, and we'll have some account data sharing settings here. I think typically what I would have set up is, the only one that I would leave enabled generally is modeling, contributions, and business insights. And all that means is that I'm sharing a little bit of data, but in return, I'm getting a lot more rich reports in exchange for sharing my data. And the other options will share your data, but you don't really get anything in return. Now, if you don't really care about privacy at all, you could absolutely just leave all of these boxes ticked, or you could leave them enabled, and that would be totally fine. At some point, you'll be asked to enter your property details, and so for the first one, you had to put in your account details, and you might put in a name that describes your business, and then now you might put in a property name that describes your website. And so just put in a property name that describes your website. Make sure that the time zone is correct, and let's say that you're based in one country, but your target market is in a completely different country, and it might get a little bit confusing. So what I would do is I would put the reporting time zone based on where the majority of your target audience is, okay? And finally, just make sure that you have the right currency set. Finally, you'll be asked to put in a view name, and the simple approach for that is to just put in your web address as a view name, and then that way there's no confusion about what you're reporting. And again, just make sure that you have the right time zone selected. While you're going through the account setup process, I want you to save your Google Analytics ID number. And if you're not sure where it is, after you've set up your account, if your Analytics ID number isn't on the page, sign in to Analytics and click on Home on the left menu over here. And then what I want you to do is to hover over the menu here on the top left of the screen next to where it says Analytics, and hover over that and click on that. And then in a drop down, you will see your Google Analytics ID number, and just take a note of that. Okay, now that you have a Google Analytics account, you need to get some code on your website that starts sending information from your website to Google so you can then use Google Analytics. And the most popular plugin for doing this is Monster Insights. It's the most well-supported plugin for WordPress right now for installing and managing your Google Analytics tracking code, and it's free. And I'm going to walk you through getting that set up right now. So log into your website, click on the Add New tab on your plugins menu, and then what you want to search for is Monster Insights. Click on Install Now. It's installing. Click on Activate. Okay, once you've installed it and clicked on Activate, then just choose the correct category for your website. In this case, I'm going to go with a business website. Click Save and Continue, and then now it's going to ask to be connected to my Google account, and I'm just going to do that now quickly. Okay, after you've authorized it to access the Google Analytics data in your Google account, click on Complete Connection. Make sure that you had the correct website selected there. And we can leave all of these options alone, and then just click on Save and Continue. Again, I would leave all of these options alone, except I would probably enable advanced reports. Yeah, Click continue. You can complete the setup without upgrading. And now it's fully set up. And that's it for today. Give it a few days and you'll have enough data sent to your Google Analytics account to start tracking the performance of your campaigns. And I hope you found that helpful. I'll see you in the next video.